Grizzlies, Warriors tonight. How we feeling, Dub Nation? Warriors bouncing back. They've got to get a win on this road trip. Think about how many road trips they've gone on this year. They had the 0-5 road trip earlier this season. They had the 1-5 road trip later on in the season. They got an avoided 0-3 road trip. Think about 5 straight wins at home, and all of a sudden you come on the road, you lose 2 straight games, and all of a sudden you're playing the Grizzlies. You can ill afford to go 0-3 because now you're staring at Milwaukee and Phoenix in the face. Now Phoenix just lost Kevin Durant in the freaking warm-up line. Layup line.
That is insane. For those that are just waking up,
Kevin Durant.
What happened?
Kevin Durant, he was going to make, I think that was his home debut.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was his home debut against the Oklahoma City
Dallas
Thunder.
Was on the road. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Oklahoma City Thunder, and they didn't play Shea Alexander for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. Kevin Durant's warming up, going through his pregame routine.
They're going to play SGA.
They didn't play SGA.
They're in a playoff push.
They don't play him on a back-to-back.
The youngest in his prime guy, and wow. God, this league. Keep going.
This league's incredible. So Kevin Durant's going through his pregame routine, and he slips. It's
unreal.
And he sprains his ankle. And now the reports out of Phoenix is there's a grade 2 ankle sprain. And he may miss the rest of the regular season, which is insane because we're staring at Phoenix on Monday, and we're saying, man, we're going to see Kevin Durant for the first time at Chase Center with fans.
I know. I was looking forward to it. Now this is hypothetically, if they can both get that far, the first time that we see Durant is in a playoff atmosphere
would be sick.
I don't even think he gets a standing ovation.
Yeah, not then.
For playoffs?
But Phoenix
is that different?
That is. That's a great question. I don't think you can.
I don't think you can either.
They may boo the hell out of him.
But look, for first second, just think about this. I know we're getting way ahead of ourselves. But I'm a big believer in showing respect. I remember when Dave Roberts was with the Giants, and I went back to Boston in 2007, and I watched the San Francisco Giants' final year of Barry Bonds, and it was Dave Roberts' first time back in Boston after the steal, right? When he had that steal, when they were down 3 games to the Yankees, he stole that base. It sparked the entire comeback. They finally, get over the hump, and they beat him. And I remember that. It was a regular season game, and he's playing with the Giants, and it was standing ovation. I mean, it went on for like 3 minutes. It was incredible. And I was like, man, this is how you treat a guy who's a champion in a playoff. And again, Dave Roberts had the one moment. Kevin Durant was one of the linchpins of what made them one of the greatest teams of all time.
No doubt.
And his first time back in front of fans.
Could be in the playoffs. I don't
know how you owe it to him, but then I understand. Because that also might be, you never know what's going on in the standings. That might be game 3 instead of game 1. You might be down in series.
Who knows?
Wow.
There could be trash talk there. There could be trash talk with the Warriors. I don't know. But the Suns right now, 3 games up on the Golden State Warriors. They blew out the Oklahoma City Thunder anyway. Devin Booker dropped 44.
Well, he's ridiculous.
I mean, he is ridiculous. So they're 3 games up on the Warriors in the Western Conference standings. Warriors a game up on the Clippers. Warriors alone in 5th place. A game up on the Clippers in the loss column. A game up on the T-Wolves in the loss column. A game up on the Mavericks in the loss column. The Lakers now lurking 2 games behind the Golden State Warriors for the 5th spot in the Western Conference. So I don't know how this thing is going to shake out. I really don't. It is insane. But you think about Kevin Durant missing the rest of the regular season. And all of a sudden, he may not have that cohesion with the Phoenix Suns, although Kevin Durant fits in anywhere. He gels, he meshes. He's all good.
But you just never know.
You just never know. John Morant, we don't know when he's coming back.
Okay.
We'll talk to Evan Barnes.
Uneducated guess?
Right.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah, so we don't know when he's coming back. All right?
And they're just going to welcome him. The NBA is just going to welcome him in the playoffs?
The Clippers are the Clippers.
Yeah, I don't know. They're the lava lamp of the league. I don't know what shape they're going to take tonight.
Nobody fears the T-Wolves.
No.
The Lakers are interesting. They are interesting. They can cause some noise. They could do some damage in the playoffs. I do believe that. And then the Pelicans lost Brandon Ingram yesterday. Zion Williams is not close to coming back. They may fall out of the play-in tournament. And you may get OKC in the play-in tournament. So,
but they got to win this one tonight.
The Warriors have to win tonight. And all of a sudden, we're feeling good. Tomorrow, we're saying, oh, damn. Things are starting to open back up for them in the Western Conference. That's the crazy part about this season. And it's driving me crazy. It has been a roller coaster. I flip-flopped so much on this team this season.
Well,
Trust me.
Who hasn't?
They're 34-32.
We feel like the pendulum. Ding, ding,
they're 34-32. And yet they're in 5th place in the Western Conference.
I know. And if you told me they won it all, I'd be like, I
I'm not surprised.
And if you told me they didn't make the playoffs, I might not be surprised there either.
And look, reinforcements are still coming.
I know.
Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton II, but Andrew Wiggins, here's the thing, though, with the Warriors. Not only do they have to win, and they've got to get right, and they've got to get better defensively, and I don't know how you do that without Andrew Wiggins and GP2, but when GP2 comes back, is he going to look like GP2 from last season? Because the GP2 I saw from this season wasn't good enough. Andrew Wiggins was really dynamic before the right adductor strain and a non-COVID illness. Came back, hasn't been the same. When Andrew Wiggins comes back, if the Warriors want to go back-to-back, he has to be all-star Wiggs. He has to be two-way Wiggs. He has to be the guy who's dunking all over Luka Doncic. He has to be the guy who's shutting down Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't know what Wiggins we're going to get back. He's going to need some time to get back.
I don't know when we're getting Wiggins back.
That's the million-dollar question, right?
And just for a second on the Wiggins thing, our job is to talk about these teams, right? Like that says we can come in, talk about these teams. That's what's going on. This is such a difficult thing to talk about the Wiggins thing because it's littered with landmines everywhere where you could step on it and it could explode. And what I'm going at is that like we don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know if this is something very, 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 very serious,
right,
which I'm assuming given the length of time out. And so any kind of criticism or anything like that where you're critiquing what's going on, right, or just showcasing general frustration, you don't want to look foolish retroactively because of the severity of what might be causing him to miss time. So I don't know how to talk about it, right, B? And I feel like a lot of people, Warrior fans included, were just like, what's going on? And we don't know what's going on. And now you worry and your mind starts wandering. And then you're looking and you're like, okay, well, I need the team to win. Right. But also you're like, on a human element, what could he be going through?
What could he be going through?
And that's where I think it's really difficult to talk about. And so this absence, we're going on, 2.5 weeks?
2.5, 3 weeks. Missed 10 games. About to miss 10 straight game.
And so the point that I'm trying to make is I don't know how to talk about it. I don't know when he'll be back. I don't know what to think. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird for me.
I don't think it's right to assume anything.
I'm not.
What I think is right is to give him his respect. Let him get through what he's getting through, whatever's happening with him and his family. And when he comes back, we welcome him back. That's it. I think it's reckless to kind of speculate what's going on with Andrew Wiggins or why. You know, I'm just not even touching that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with him. And I hope for the best for him. But Bob Myers told Steiny and Goo a couple weeks ago, hey, I do believe Andrew Wiggins will be back before the season's over. So that makes me feel a lot better.
I agree. I agree.
Get him back with 10 games left so he can get his legs back under him, hopefully.
It's so wild how each season with these Golden State Warriors can be its own novel. I mean, this year alone, they go to Japan. You got the Jordan Poole, Draymond Green thing. You've got absences. You've got Clay returning and starting off the season lackluster. You got the Iggy portion of it. You know, it's his final run with the team. You've got Kerr and him wanting a new contract. You've got the youngsters, like the James Wiseman thing, the tug and pull with the Bob Myers contract extension. There's just so much going on this year. And then you throw in this Wiggins thing, and it's like, whoever's writing the novel on this year is going to have a bestseller.
No doubt.
If people even buy books anymore.
No, I don't. Did buy a good paperback a few months ago. The Bill Walsh book, genius.
Oh, you bought that?
Yeah, well, Amazon.
That must have been a pretty penny.
Nah, it was cheap. The one you're thinking about is the one with Brian Billick writing the forward.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that our buddy Alex Scott,
the Winning Edge,
gave me access to.
Yeah, with the Winning Edge, it's like the Bible of football. Or
it really
like
is.
That. I found it at Green Apple
They're
Books.
They're like $500 on the internet.
Yeah, I know, $800.
Oh, is it that much?
So Green Apple Books, true story. I used to live on 10th and Clement, and Green Apple Books right there on 6th and Clement, and went down there, found that book. I was like, okay. And then the cashier was like, all right, $100. It's like, why is this book so expensive? I'm good. Right? Go back to the house, Google it on the internet, and it's like, oh, this book is selling for $800. Let me run back to Green Apple Books and spend $100 and overdraft my account at Bank of America and go buy this book. I mean, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Paperback book. I like holding the books. Huh?
I'm hoping Anna wasn't listening.
Why?
It's a lot of money on a book.
Well, this is before Miss Anna was in the picture, so can't say anything about that.
Well, that was my move when we moved into the house. I remember I had my own little storage locker, and it was right there off of Mariposa.
Right.
And so I went and emptied out the storage locker, and she was like, "You had a storage locker the entire time?" I'm like, "Where do you think all the memorabilia was?"
Does anyone really have a choice?
No.
No,
and
not
then
at all.
she saw how many boxes of plastic containers of stuff that I brought into the house. She's like, "Absolutely not. We're downsizing this." Meanwhile, she's got thousands of shoes.
Yeah, you better be cool.
The closet's like an avalanche every time she wants me to grab a pair of shoes.
Yeah, hey, let's move on because
Love you, hon.
Last time you got in big trouble.
Well, I got my buddy Alex. I think he's going to come by and try to like rework the closet for us because it's out of control.
I need somebody to rework my closet.
Bro, you know San Francisco. We got no closet space.
No space.
There's no closet
at all.
space.
No doubt. No doubt. This segment is
Your
sponsored.
boy's been in like 6 other rooms. I only have 2, so I was in the other room.
This segment is sponsored by Golden State, serving the Bay Area. For 3 generations, when you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. Evan Barnes, Memphis Commercial Appeal, 7:30 to give us a lowdown on the Memphis Grizzlies. How long will Ja be out? Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green beef, all that stuff. We'll replay the Draymond Green sound in just a bit here. But as you are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HD1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. Steve Kerr was on yesterday in the afternoon show. And here's what he had to say about Jordan Poole being in and out of the starting lineup.
It's been tough for him to be in and out of the lineup, to have his rotation changed. But the same goes for Kuminga, and the same goes for Looney, and the same goes for Dante. And, you can go down the list. But what I've experienced in my NBA career, both as a player and as a coach, is, when things go well and you have a good season, and you have consistency of health and good play, it's really easy for everybody to fall into a role. And when things are topsy-turvy and you go through adversity, roles change, and it's really hard to find your role and to fill your role when a season is really bumpy. And that's what I see this year. Just a lot of stops and starts, as I said, and changing lineups, and it just makes it difficult on a lot of guys. But that's the way it is, and you got to play through it.
We've basically said that all season long when it comes to Jordan Poole. And I don't get why it's so hard for certain people to understand that. When you're playing multiple roles and you're in your 4th season, coming off a championship, his first championship, you got the big fat contract extension that kicks in next season, and he's gone through everything that he's gone through this season. We know it, and it started back in training camp. It's tough to find a rhythm. Now, on one end, you say, hey, be a professional. We don't want to hear the excuses. You get paid millions of dollars. Figure it out. But at the same time, it's like, all right, I'm playing with Wiseman and Kuminga one day. I'm playing with Moody and Kuminga one day. I'm playing with Anthony Lamb and Jerome one day. Now I'm playing with DiVincenzo. Oh, all of a sudden I'm playing with Draymond Green. Oh, wait, I'm starting next to Clay. Oh, wait, I'm starting next to Clay and Steph. Oh, wait, I'm starting next to Steph. Oh, wait, Steph is not there. Oh, wait, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond are all out. Now I'm playing with the backups, and I'm the guy who's going to have to facilitate everything and score everything. So Steve Kerr's right on point there. But how do you get him back in the rhythm? Because he's not going to be back in the starting lineup if everybody's healthy.
I don't know how you do. I mean, you can't get guys healthy if they're not healthy, and you can't get guys playing, consistently when everything's been inconsistent. Right? We're talking about all these things for Jordan Poole, and you're 100% correct on this. There's no stability on what his role is. I think anybody in any job clearly define my role. What do you need from me? And I will try to execute that to my best of my ability. Nothing is worse than being asked 15 different things over 15 different days. It's really hard to get your footing and your comfortability. So, yeah, B, I think he's in a really tough spot. But here's the other thing. He's not the only one. Dante DiVincenzo's role has changed dramatically. Jonathan Kuminga's role is up and down. Kevon Looney's role is up and down. I think that's part of the beauty of me appreciating Kevon Looney is that even though, hey, go out, rebound, set screens, sometimes it's off the bench, sometimes it's with the starters, sometimes he closes, sometimes he doesn't. Right? But even then, I think his role is more simplistic than Jordan Poole's. We ask a lot of Jordan Poole.
A lot.
We ask a lot of him.
I know, and people don't understand that. They don't understand that. But he has to be better, too. Shot selection, when to drive, when not to over-dribble. He gets himself into trouble. If it's 1, 2, 3 dribbles and he passes, perfect. But he starts going through the legs and playing street ball and he's moving. Yeah. Give up the rock. You killed the entire offense.